and Knit Shimmer color kit. So here's the powder kit including 6 pieces of fast dry dipping powder. And here is the number 1 base. And the number 2 activator. And the number 3 the top. And the number 4 the brush saver. So here's the colors of this kit, including 6 pieces, a little bit nude, and the dark winter color kit. It's the shimmer, so today our nail technician wearing this color, the number 116, in this kind of the brown colors. So here's today's designs. It fits for the 4 seasons nail art. It looks gorgeous and is suitable for the winter season. And for this kit, actually you will have the limited time sliding duration in your night 7 to 50 a.m. to 1 to 50 p.m. the Pacific Daylight Time on your Wednesday, the 28th October for this G6401. You just need to pay around $24 you could get this kit. And today we're going to make the 4 nail art, the plain designs. And actually for the plains we need to prepare the painting gel. So, and later we're going to show you the colors. So today we pick this color. It's the number 116, 116. It's the shimmer with the golden shimmer of this color. And here's the 110, 110. It's the shimmer too. So we select 3 colors to make it. And here is the number 122, the 122. For these 3 colors are from our G6401, the fast dry dipping powder kit. So we need to prepare these 3 colors. And now we take out the bumper pad. And for the bumper pads, we need to dry the nail bed. If you have the balm or primer, I think you must be to use it to dry the nail beds. Then the powder will be more stick with your nails. So no matter which fingers, we must be to wipe off any oil or shine from the nail plate. And now we're going to use the bumper pads, and it's no smell with the fragrance. So it's so good. And you could buy this from our dip powder accessories kit. So we prepare the number 1 base. First, we must be to use the number 1 base and to brush the base to your entire nail and brush evenly. And put your finger 45-degree angle and dip into the color powder. And going to tap off. And prepare the brush. And this kind of the brush to help to brush off the excess powder. We need to brush another layer of the base again. And every time keep your brush flat and brush evenly. Because you brush the base evenly, then avoid the problem of bumpy or uneven. And now we're going to tap off and brush off any excess powder for every second layer. And now it's for the powders, because it's the shimmer color, so we're going to use the clear powder to protect the shimmer. For that 2 ounce the clear powder, you could buy it from our dip powder accessories kit too. And dip a little bit layer and going to tap off and brush off. So we will do these 2 fingers first. We use these colors to as the basic color. And later we are going to do the designs depending on this color. And today we select and this color is called 110, 110. It's the powder colors from the Shimmer color kit, the G6401. So we must be to apply 2 layers of the base. And then dip into the color powder. Let it stay for seconds and let it absorb well with the dip glue. For our powders, because it's the fast drying dipping powder, it can be dried within 30 seconds by itself, no matter what temperatures. So now we're going to prepare the clear powder. For every time for the clear powder, you must be to let it to protect the nail art design or to protect your shimmer or glitter, because later we're going to do the filing and the buffing directly. So after 2 colors, we're going to use the buffer, this nail buffer. After 30 seconds, the powder already dry, so we buff a little bit on the surface, because later we're going to do the designs depending on this basic color. So later we're going to make the Plaid designs. We're using the painting gel to make the plane. So we need to buff off the surface. We need to grind in the powder nail surface more smooth. Then later we're going to paint it on the nail surface, just slightly to do the buffing. As you can see, if you follow our tutorial step by step, you won't have the bumpy or uneven problem, because every time we brush the base evenly on the nail plate and to dip into the color powder slightly, so it won't let the surface, the nail surface, get bumpy. So I turn to this finger. The reason why we do the buffing for this finger right now, because we want to show you how to make the plain nail art designs later. So we can't wait, so just to do the little buffing on the surface first. And for this kind of the nail buffer, you could buy it from our dip powder accessories kit too. And actually, if you join into our Facebook group, we have the free gift for our dear customer. Just buffing off the surface a little bit. So we take out the lengthy wipe. We need to wipe off the excess dust particle from your nail plate. For both finger, for these 2 fingers, we need to do it, the designs. So we need to prepare the top coat. It's the gel top coat, but it's the no white gel top coat. We need to use the no white gel top coat to cover the surface first. The reason why we use the top coat first, because later we're going to paint the plate on the surface. We need to make sure for the surface is the fluent flat surface and more smooth, because we're going to do the paintings on it. So we just need to wait for seconds. It's enough. We just need to let the surface to cover with the top only. Let it more smooth, because now we prepare the painting gel and do the designs on. So now we need to prepare one pen, the painting pen. We chose the small one, the light one. So first, we pick the paintings colors. This is the pumpkins. So first we need to do it horizontally. Just randomly to paint your painting gel horizontally for this color on the nail surface. Just randomly, as you like, to put it where it go. And then to paint it the vertically, just like the clouds. Because today we'll select 3 colors to make the paint. It's kind of the small paint because later we're going to using another colors to make it looks more outstanding. So now we just to paint it as you like randomly. The horizontally and the vertically. So we just need to wait 10 seconds to let it dry. You cannot do for curing for a long time. Just need 10 seconds. Okay, thumbs up. So we take out and going to do another fingers. So we select these colors to make it looks more fit for the fall season because the autumn is here. First, we must be to painting the gel horizontally, randomly on the nail plate. As our nail text suggests, it's just to paint the way you like. And this kind of is the simple way. It's not the large plate. Just a little bit small, we just make it a little bit cross. Paint it one by one. And later we're going to select another colors to make it too. And for the brush, the painting brush, we select the thin one. So we suggest to make the small plate, then using a thin one. So we're going to for curing 10 seconds. Two, one, so time's up. Let's go. Let's to make another color. But first we need to use the alcohol to clean the brush first because we using one brush to make our design. So now we are going to select the white color. It's the same way. First, we must be to paint it to draw the lines horizontally. Just randomly to paint it on the nail plate. And for the white colors, you cannot still repeat the same lines. You just to paint it on the space a little bit. Do not cover the penguin colors you already did. So just paint it randomly on the nose. So now we paint it vertically, one by one, just like the clouds. So we need to repair the UV lamp too for curing for curing 10 seconds. And return to another. Because today we made the plain designs, so we must be to show you this kind of the way how to use it by the painting gel. First, we must be to paint the lines horizontally, and then to turn to the lines to paint the lines vertically. So here's the point. If you want to make the long plate, another different kind of, so you could use it to make it. But today we made a small one. So you just do it slightly on the nails. And for this kind of painting gel, actually you can easy to find it from the Amazon.com. Just make it, we are going to do it another again. After the white colors, later we're going to make the gold glitter colors too, to let the effects looks more prominent. So for the painting gel, we must be to put it for the UV lamp for curing around 10 seconds to make it dry, but not totally dry. So we take out another one. For this one is with the glitter. We chose it to make their designs looks more outstanding, to let the colors to showing up. For these colors, I think under the camera it's not easy to look at. It's the golden with the light gold foil. Actually, if you do not have the painting gel, you could use the gold foil, but to make it separately a little piece, small pieces, and let the gold foil to put it on the nail plate. This color just like the gold foil, but today we use the painting brush to put it on the nail plate. Because we want the colors shine up more better. Okay, every time we must be prepared the UV lamp and let it put it on. And to let it for curing seconds, return to another fingers. For this color is the glitter, just like the gold foil for this kind of the painting gel. And for this kind of the gold foil painting gel, you could use the gold foil to replace it if you do not have. Because the reason why we use it, we want to let the designs prominent, to let it more outstanding when you on this kind of the designs. So actually now we need to use it a little bit to put it randomly on the nail plate. And to put it to the UV lamp for curing 10 seconds for every time. Okay, for this kind of designs already turned out. It gave a really effective look. So after that, we need to use the top coat to cover the designs. And for every time, we must use the top coat to protect it and to make it look more shiny. And here's the one of the fingers. We will do another fingers too. If after the painting gel, we must use the gel top coat to protect it. And we need to put it into the UV lamp for curing around 1 minute. So actually for today, we select these colors. The number code 110 is from our G6401. And for this kit, you will have the limited times lining due soon, and you just need to pay around $24. You could get this kit. Actually, if you join into our Facebook group, that you could have more cheaper price. So now we need to wait till top coats get dried by the UV lamp. So we need to wait it to get dried by the UV lamp. So we just make patience for waiting around 1 minute. So time's up. We're going to do another fingers. Here's the designs. How great of this turned up. It gives a really effective look. So we turn to another fingers. We need to prepare the number 1 base. And later we're going to use the colors for 116, the 116. For this kit, you could find the 6 pieces, the 4 seasons colors. And actually it fits for the seasons right now. No matter you just do the solid colors, or you could do any designs based on this color kit. Because the shimmer, it looks more shiny. We need to apply the base for 2 times and do the color for 2 coats. Normally we suggest 2 applications is enough, because for our powders with the faux pigment. So after 2 colors, we're going to prepare the clear powder. For the clear powder, we must to cover on the surface, because later we're going to do the filing and buffing directly. For our powders, it is the first giant dipping powder, so you do not need to apply any activator before you do the filing and buffing. So from first, we must to brush the base to your entire nail and brush evenly for every time. And just relaxing and put your finger 45-degree angle and dip into the color powder. And brush off the excess powders. So here's the point. Some clients ask whether the brush will be easy to get dirty. Because we need to wait around seconds and to apply another layer on, so you do not have this kind of the problem, because our powder could be dry by itself. That's why our brush could keep clean every time, especially for this kind of the light color. But if for the dark color, if your brush gets dirty, you could use the brush saver to clean it. So we repeat these colors again. For this color, it quotes the number 116. It's from our G6401. The powders is easy to make, and for our powder kits, it's simple to use. No matter you are the beginner or you are the perfection nailed at. you will love this kind of the fast and dipping powder kit because it's saving your time. And actually what's important, because the fall season and the winter is coming, I think most of the customer, they afraid the activator will let the powder dry fast or slow. But if you're using our fast dry and dipping powder, you won't have this kind of the problem. Because for our powder always get dried by itself within 30 seconds, no matter what temperature. So return to the tutorial, we need to use a clear powder to cover the designs or the shimmer or the glitter designs for every time. So every time to brush the base evenly. You cannot apply the base to your critical skin because the powders will stick with your skins. So just apply the base evenly on the nail plate. So every time brush evenly because later we need to dip into the color powder. If you do not want the powders, the surface get bumpy or uneven, so brush the base evenly is kind of the key when you're doing the perfect nail arts by powder. And dip into the clear powder to protect it. And take out. Brush off any excess powder. And because our mothers wear their fake nails, so if you're doing on your own natural nails, every time just to brush evenly off the base. So now we're going to use the base for these colors too. As you can see, for our base, it's easy to control. You could control where it goes because for the viscosity, it's good. And for our dip glue, it's just like the gel polish. It's so easy to control the fluid. So now we're going to apply another layer on. And for this, like the chocolate colors, it costs 122. It is from our G6401. And for this color, no matter the autumn or the winter, it's so popular. And for the surface, it's with the silver shimmers on. Just use your fingers to help to wipe off the excess liquid. And for the top finger, we need to use this chocolate colors too. Brush evenly from the middle left to the right. We do not suggest to use the clear powder as the first layer if your nails are short. But if your nails are long and you want your nails feel more thick, that you could use the clear powder as the first layer. Because the top finger, we need to brush a little bit much more, but every time brush evenly and let your finger put into the color powder. Brush off the excess. And now we take out the clear powder. For the fast dry dipping powder, because it is our unique formula, and actually you cannot find from others on the market. For the fast dry dipping powder, it could be dry. For the powder, it could be dried within 30 seconds by itself. So no matter what temperatures, you do not need to worry. The powders could dry or not. And for our powder colors, we have over 108 and we have more colors to launch. So actually you could focus on our GHdip. You just enter the Amazon.com by searching GHdip. We have so many powders, the new powder colors for you to choose. And actually we have another powder kits to showing up for our dear customers soon. So just join into our Facebook group if you have any interest. We have so many events on there too. So after the colors, we must use the clear powders to cover. And just brush the base. And going to brush off any excess powders. For this top finger, we use this 122 colors too. This color is just like the chocolate color. And today's kit is called G6401. You can find it. We will have the limited time lining deal very soon. You just need to pay 24 around that you could get this kit. For this kit, including 6 pieces, the winter autumn colors in 4 pieces to go. So are very popular for this kind of the seasons. So let's go back to the tutorial. After 2 color coats, so now we need to brush the base again evenly and prepare the clear powder and dip into the clear powder and brush off. For the clear powder, it's the same fast drying dipping powder too. So we already did all these colors. We need to clean the table because later we're going to prepare the nail machine to do the filing. So if you have the nail machine at home, it's more easier for you to do the filing for the nails. For our powders, as we mentioned for a long time, for the fast dry dipping powder, you do not need to apply any activator before you do the filing and buffing. We didn't apply any activator. We just do the filing directly after seconds. So we need to file off the place you think bumpy or uneven. But actually you won't have this kind of the problem because we do every step very slightly and evenly. So you won't have the bumpy problems. But if you're first to use it, I think it's expected you could follow the tutorial step by step. And now we're going to file off the place you think a little bit bumpy. From the nail plate first. If you do not have the nail machine at home, you could use the nail file to help you. We have the professional salon quality nail tools from our dip powder accessories kit. So we prepare this nail file. Here's the nail file I mentioned. If you do not have the nail machine, you could use this nail file to file off any bumpy or uneven place. And you could use it for shaping too. You need to shape your nails with very fine designs. For the nail shapes, actually you could select any shapes you want, the square, the round, and today our mother's wearing is the almond shape. And this kind of the shapes actually just depending on your nail shapes, your fingers. So every time when you're doing the shaping, because the fake nails, we need to use the fingers to hold it. And do not let the file to scratch your cuticle skin. So after the shapings, we need to prepare this nail buffer. We're going to do it for the buffings for a long time because we want the final nail looks more perfect and more fabulous. It's kind of the necessary parts to buffing well of your nail plate. So when you're doing the buffings, we suggest first we need to buff the surface on the middle and turn to the corner. And actually you could, depending on your nail shapes, then do the buffing. Because for this kind of the buffer, we have two shapes on both heads. One shape is the square on one head, and another is the round shape on another head. So you could use it for so many kind of the nail shapes if you want to use this nail buffer to do the buffing. So you need to use your two fingers to hold your cuticle skin and then do the buffing. Because you do not want the buffer to scratch your cuticle skin. I think it is very hard. And for the buffings, it's kind of the necessary if you grind in the nail surface more smooth, but with the rough surface. Because later we're going to apply the top coat on. If you want your top looks more glossy, and the buffing is kind of the necessary part. So BTW, I want to remind you guys, for this kit, we have the limited times lining deal very soon on your, it is on your Wednesday, the 7 to 50 a.m. to 1 to 50 p.m., the Pacific Daylight Time, on your 28th October. You will have this kit, the limited times lining deal, the G6401. If you join into our Facebook group, you could find we have more cheaper price for you. So I might remind you again, for this kit, we have the limited times lining deal very soon. You just need to pay around $24 US. You could get this kit. And for this powder kit, if you're mixing our introduced part, I want to remind you, you could get 4 pieces dip glue and 6 pieces the fast giant dipping powder. And this kind of the powder is with the Shimmer, is the winter and autumn colors, so it's very popular now. You could get this kit with just only $24 US. So if you join into our Facebook group, you could have more cheaper price. So after the buffings, we must be to clean the fingers and the nail plate. So actually, every time I suggest if you could go into washing your hand. But now we're going to show you, after this, we must be using a lengthy wipe to wipe off the nail surface, any excess dust particles. Okay, we prepared the gel top coat too, because for another fingers, we are going to use in the painting gel to make the plate nail art designs too. pumpkin colors. The pumpkin colors I want to show you for this kind of the colors. Later we're going to do the painting gel. So we select this color. This is chocolate color, chocolate shimmer colors. We use it as the basic color. We brush one layer of the top first. It's the gel top coat because later we are going to do the designs basic on this color. So around 10 seconds. We do not want this very dry hard, so just 10 seconds is enough. We want the nail surface more smooth. So we select this color, the painting colors. Just to paint the lines horizontally. Randomly, but horizontally. We just put a little bit. So now we paint the lines vertically, just like the clocks. But this kind of clocks is not just made to the middle. You could paint the lines vertically any place you like, just like the wall. And return to this finger. So we need to finish the first colors first. And we using very light brush, small brush for this head. So we need to paint the lines horizontally, randomly on the nails. We do not make the fold of the nails, just half. Half of the nails because later we're going to decorate this kind of the fingers with the chains. So now we're going to paint the lines vertically, randomly. You do not just do the middle. Just you locate more cases for this kind of the ways to make it. So if you do not have the painting gel, you could use any kind of the sticker too. To the right, we use a painting gel because it fits for this kind of the topic. So for those two fingers, we are going to for curing 10 seconds. 10 seconds is enough. We just want it to get dry. And later we need to pick the white painting gel. For this kind of the white painting gel is the same way you are doing on the nails. But do not cover with the colors, the first colors. You just to paint it randomly on. For this kind of the designs, actually you could to do it to copy it. You could download the picture of the Plaid you want that you can make it. It's very simple to make it because we create the simple nail art designs for our customer. Especially for the home user. I think it's kind of the good experience when you're doing this kind of the nail art at home. Just paint it randomly on the nails, as you like. But it's just the half of the nails. We do not do the whole nails for this finger. Because for the lines, we're going to using the chains to cover later. For the chains, it's just the nail accessories. But first, we need to paint the white colors first, randomly on the nails to let the designs look more natures and gorgeous. So we're going to do it slightly. Okay, we are already done for the paintings. Wait around 10 seconds to let the gels get dry. I think most of our customers might think it's kind of the graffiti. The graffiti is kind of the nail art too. But this kind of the nail art designs, we think it's more like plain nail art designs. So we turn to another colors too. For that painting gel, it's just like the gold foil colors. As our nail tat suggests, if you do not have these colors, you could using the gold foil to help you to make the designs showing up and let it look more outstanding. Because for the colors we are painting now, we're going to use it to let the designs show up more clearly. We want it more prominent. I'm not sure whether you could see clearly. The colors we are painting now is kind of the gold foil colors. It's darker than the first color, but with the bling bling looks. And we do it randomly on nails. I think most of our customers might think it's kind of the graffiti designs. So after the paintings, we need to wait around 10 seconds for curing the surface. So after usage, we must keep the painting gel caps tightly closed. And later we're going to prepare the chains because we're using the chains to do the deco between the lines. Because we just do the half of the nails. Okay, return to these fingers and using the chains to do the decoration. Okay, after chains, before we already to cut the suitable size of the chains of this finger. So you do not need to worry whether this kind of the chains will be longer than the nails. You just using the tweezers to help you to do the decorations on. And actually for this chains, we already used some top coats to let it more stay with your nails. We already put some top coats on. So for this kind of the trace, it's kind of the nail accessories. It's very lightweight. You do not need to worry whether the nail surface will feel very hot or not. So we take out the chains. We take out the chains and to using the tweezers to help to put this the right way, right position. Because we just make it half of the nails, so we must be using some things to cover the lines. So today we select the chains. So after the chains, we need to use it for curing around 30 seconds. For the chains, we already put some top coats to let it more stick with your nails. Here's the point, because for this kind of the nail accessories, it won't be self-adhesive. we put a little bit top coat to let it more stick with your nail surface. So around 20 to 30 seconds, we're going to prepare the top coat. The gel top coat, because for after the painting gel, we usually to use the gel top coat to cover. So we must be to using the gel top coat to cover the surface to protect it and make the nail looks more shiny. So we put two fingers together and put it into the UV lamp. Okay, we need to prepare the UV lamp for curing around 1 minute, 60 seconds. So back to the topic. For this color kit, the G6401, we have the limited time sliding deal soon. I think on your Wednesday, the 28th October. You will get this kit around $24. And because it's the limited time sliding deals, just focus on our GHdip. If you join into our Facebook group, that you will have more cheaper price to get this kit. So if you ask how to join into, you just contact with our cake link, our after sales service team. And now after 1 minute for curing the top coat, and for the plain designs we already done. For another fingers, we are going to do the normal step. So thumbs up, we already done these two fingers for the plain designs. So it looks gorgeous. And for the under the colors, it's the chocolate colors. It's called 122. Okay, we prepared the number 2, the activator, for the rest of the fingers. So we need to use the activator for only one time. Apply the activator for only one time for the rest of the fingers. So very thin layer of the activator. So for our fast drying dipping powder, you do not need to use the activator for many times. We just need to use it only one time after buffing, filing. And we need to use the top. For the top, we need to use it for 2 coats. We need to apply it 2 times. Here's the point. When you apply the first layer, you just need to apply very thin layer on and brush evenly from the middle left to the right. It's the same as the base. Do not let the top to get on your critical skin. Brush evenly from the middle left to the right. So for the second layer, we must be remind you, it must be half dry but still sticky. We're going to apply another layer on. Do not wait it's completely dry. Half dry but still sticky. And after 2 coats of the top coat, you just need wait to around 1 minute. We didn't mix this finger because for this finger we're going to deco one golden ring on the top of the nails. So we select the sequence. I think it's the gems to make the decoration to let the designs looks more effective look. So you just select any sequence or any gems to help you. Oh, it gave a really effective look for this kind of the sequence. Okay, we turn to another hands, because for another hand we have 3 fingers left. So we need to use the number 2 activator. Brush very thin layer on the nail plate. Very thin layer, do not overusing the activator. Okay, so after the activator, we need to prepare the top. For the top, you need to use it for 2 times. We need to brush the top evenly. Okay, so wait around seconds and go back to the first finger. You cannot let it completely dry. Half dry but still sticky. Apply another layer on and your top will be long lasting. As you can see, the surface is a little bit matte. You must be to apply another layer on immediately. So for these 2 fingers, we need to wait around 1 minute. For this finger, because we need to do the decals, so we must be to apply the second layer top and to select the sequins or any decals or the gems to make it very fast. For this kind of the sequins or gems is very lightweight and very fine, so you do not need to worry whether it will be easily come off. If you still worry, you could cover another layer on. So just to make the sequins and to put it on the right position. It lets the design looks more prominent. So we're going to show you today's design, and the most important is like the plains design. So here's today's design for the autumn season. Autumn is here, so just follow with our tutorials. We can make this kind of the tutorial for you how to make it. So if you have more suggestion or any interest to join into our Facebook group, that you could contact with us. For this G6401, we have the limited timeline induced soon. You just need to pay around $24 US. You could get this kit. So bye. Today's design is over.